What league does the best job for their All-Star break? Brandon, how about you take this one first? You're our resident actual working for the Tampa Bay Rays guy here. What do you think?
Well, before I answer, I guess the a question to ask is: are we just talking about the All-Star game itself, or are we talking about the entire festivities? Like,
I'm going to go with festivities. I think the whole festivities.
gosh, that's difficult because each sport has so many of the different things that either they used to do, they currently do. Like, obviously NBA. Outside the All-Star game, you got NBA with slam dunk contests, 3-point contests. Now, the quality of it, you could say, like, has maybe dipped down a little bit in recent years. I mean, obviously, within the last 10, you've got the dunk contest of 2016. That was epic. With baseball, obviously, it's got the home run derby. It's such a classic tradition. And even NFL with football, like, it had for a little bit there, it had some of the skills challenges. Like, I remember I still remember my favorite thing is the bench press competition. You just
Yeah.
see big hosses just throwing around 225 like it's nothing. So I would say, just based on the sheer, I guess if we're gonna say quantity, I would give it to the NBA just because they've got so much more stuff to offer. And then as far as the All-Star game itself, that again, it's really difficult because I would say mid 2000s, it was very tough to beat the Pro Bowl because you got guys like Sean Taylor knocking the snot out of punters and being able to do that in the All-Star game. In
Damn,
the
I
90s,
wish, man. I
I
wish.
know, man, I miss those days, man. Brian Morstead still seeing stars, um, but NBA back in the 90s, they had their All-Star game was just absolutely fantastic. So, I would say I'd probably say maybe MLB because they still, I think the winner of that still gets home field advantage in the World Series. I don't, it's
Mm.
not the same way in the
Ah,
NBA Finals. So
they don't
that's,
anymore. They
oh,
changed.
they did
Yeah,
just,
that's what everybody's been thinking for years, and I had to look it up because that's why I always thought it was itself. They changed it in 2017. That is not how it goes anymore. Now it is whoever had the best record for the pennant.
my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Which
See,
is
like that.
better. I think that's better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I do like the idea though of there being some kind of stakes on the line in this All-Star game, and it's not just a glorified exhibition. I
Man,
used to
give them
like,
more money, man. Give them a
So I think
bonus. Like,
for MLB they get 200 grand I think per player for the All Star for the winners, and I think it's 96 for the losers.
ramp that up. Ramp it up.
yeah,
Put
so
it
I'll
put it at a
say,
million per player, man.
yeah, so I'll say, like, I'll still say
Shohei can
MLB
cover it
has a better
himself.
All-Star game. I think MLB still has a better All-Star game just because they still play harder.
Right.
Like NBA, like there's no defense anymore, and it's just it's threes and dunks pretty much. So I'd say
Where you where
festivities.
you where you going with it, Mike? G Mike, what are you thinking?
With the festivities overall, I would say the NBA because when it comes to promoting, like there's so much promotion for it and a lot of hype goes into it. Like a month prior, like a lot of people are talking about it. Celebrities be going out there for the celebrity All Star game, for the 3-point contest, for the slam dunk contest, and for the actual game itself. Yeah, the actual game is kind of tiresome to watch right now, kind of exhausting to watch because you just see the same bull crap over and over again with people shooting wide open shots, no defense being played, no hustle being played. But that's just a different thing that they got to do with the All Star game. You're putting it in the middle of the season when the playoffs are right around the corner. Players don't want to get injured, man. So it's just like something's got to come, something's got to give when it comes to the All Star game. That they got to change it up in some sort of way. But for the festivities, I'll pick the NBA for sure. For the All Star game itself, I would say the MLB, man, because it's like less. There's less risk of getting injured in
Yeah.
baseball than there is compared to the NHL, the NFL, the NBA, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
MLB players might disagree. Other baseball players watching this podcast might disagree, but it's just my opinion. I feel like there's
See,
less risk,
I
like you
think
said.
personally, I think that it's pretty much a slam dunk that MLB has the best All Star festivities. The All-Star Weekend for the NBA used to be the big grandstand. There was nothing topping that. That was the showcase, but it's gotten so gimmicky now that it's not even worth it. That no one wants to do it anymore. And I think that's also come with a culture of the NBA is that nobody wants to lose. Everybody wants to be the best. No one wants to lose in this situation. Jordan went against Dominique. You know what I mean? Like they put it all on the line. If you come in second compared to those guys, you're still damn good. NBA, that's like, you know what I'm saying? That's a different mentality with the guys now. With baseball, these guys want to be the home run champ because there's only if that one stands alone, you are the man at that point. You know, you'll get remembered for forever. For instance, we just brought up Josh Hamilton. We probably can't bring up too many other things that Josh Hamilton did besides his amazing comeback story and the book and, you know, the personal thing. But that guy is always going to be known for that all-star performance that he put on, putting up all those home runs in that game. Never going to die with that one. So I think it's hands down MLB puts it on. And I feel like it's also because the amount of effort that these guys put in. They know they're only going to be out there maybe one at bat, maybe two, because they want to rotate around, risk of injury, but yet it still gets to showcase. There's pitching changes. The pitchers are just ridiculous. So it's your best versus their best almost every single time. MLB has also gotten smart in miking up the guys. And so now you're having conversations. You always wonder what like first base and the base runner is talking about over there. Are they, you know, trash talking, or are they talking about what they're going to do after the game? Are they friends? Do they not like each other? You know, sometimes there's some interesting conversations, but I think they've gotten really smart with miking the guys up now. And it just adds a layer of fun to it. So I think for me, hands down, baseball has always been the best at the All-Star win. Now, as far as the regular season excitement wise, too bad they can't carry that on. I think the baseball season is a little bit long, but that's another story for another time. But I think that baseball has that hands down.